9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They come out here in the I. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Damian Harris with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 21-yard line.
Here's Foles. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Here's Logan Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line.
Block now on 1st down. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Block now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Josh Allen in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Lock to throw on 2nd down. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Foles. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Yeah, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got? What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
Fournette running out of the gun. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, 77 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now a deep ball there on on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Foles going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Well, they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
She was like, oh, good, thank you. You know, thank you for telling me. You know, not every chick is up front like that. So many girls are shady about shit, you know. And
sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Block now to throw. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And she's like, why did my guy send you a blank message? I don't even understand. Why would he do that to you? Why would he send you a blank message? She's like, just be honest.
The Broncos on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Lock. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Why did he send you an empty chat? Because you screenshot the empty chat. So there's nothing.
Yeah.
You go to the dude's profile, you go to message, you show it. I've never said a word to this fucker. And I mean, yes, technically, we could have forever ago or whatever, and I could have deleted it, but I'm not going to fucking lie. Why would I lie? You know, if the dude's fucking shit.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. It's a gain of 6, and that will be the final play of this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
She's like, but he follows you. And I said, I literally just showed you a screenshot that I sent him. She seems a little mentally frayed. And I'm not going to be part of some poor woman's mental fucking illness. I have my own. I just need hers too.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
End of it, not as you were doing
is a good one for them. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll drop the throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw here. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
You realize you're going to need way more than 4 hours.
On the ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
I didn't order anything.
On 3rd and long, it's locked. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Foles. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Hey, box drop.
Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Oh, it is the punt team now.
Blah,
as this one's sent
blah,
away.
blah.
That's it, baby. We gon' work.
At their own 14-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Here we go, G. Here I come. Here I come.
Throw left side complete. That's Harmon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 22-yard line.
Maybe we'll go to sleep. I don't think I'm another game until 8:30.
Now a give, right side. Weber. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
7.
Lock to throw on 3rd and 1. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game.
At their own 16-yard line.
You know, you're so fucking cute. It's just bad that you can be a dick.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The wrong freaking play. Waste the timeout.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Sorry, man, I'm about to give it a freaking touchdown.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft it deep right sideline.
God,
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the 2nd half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
See, my daughter.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Weber, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. They'll run again here with Weber, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Lock. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing now is Lock. And he's going to go down again. Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
You can't play.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return.
No, I had to reset the lead.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense. First down.
Damn white people always lost.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Ass white
and on the last
people.
go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
I bet if I was a scary noise in the woods, you wouldn't be confused.
You're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. And they're looking for now is
you be running right to it. Oh, it's a weird noise. Sounds like somebody just got killed. Let's go, Johnny.
And hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you can't hit triangle.
Fournette. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the
try
running play on
create an
2nd.
owner or whatever,
Be
or make
surprised
a
now.
pass and you hit
A little bit
triangle.
of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He'll drop to throw.
Body guy. Oh, I was going to say, bro.
That's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem
Noodle arm
Jackson.
ass Nick Foles.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it down.
Jalen Ramsey ain't shit sweet over here. Jalen.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real
Jalen thought ain't shit sweet over here. Jalen.
Credit, but how about the people up the block in front of them, either fellow receivers or
that's
offensive
a play, doesn't
linemen?
it?
That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A run for Weber. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there.
Come on, man. You know, the Cowboys high on Mike Weber.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an
The Cowboys are high on Weber,
because
bro.
you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Oh, man.
On 3rd down, Lock. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Oh, no!
Feet down, no. It's incomplete.
Come down with the ball, baby.
Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. To me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it.
Figure out what game left on OTSA. These niggas are playing too fucking
This
fast.
fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
I know.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
14 days and we're in week 9.
Off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Wild,
the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
I might fuck around and give everybody a superstar. I might give everybody a superstar X Factor when we get to year 2 by the
take the short routes, but now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. And I
caught it!
Comes loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as these guys will get the football back. And with that kind of a deficit,
I caught it. I said I'm about to lay this thing out.
Pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the field.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I caught it. I said I'm going to lay this thing out. I wasn't expecting a fumble. I just knew I was laying in the wood over there.
Oh, I agree with you totally.
Man.
No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just
that's why we got you, Wingard. A pick in the fourth football your first game. A white boy.
Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
Oh, yeah, we still taking shots. We're going to see how far Noah can run. Let it fly. We got to see what Drew Lock arm is about. I think Drew Lock can get it out there.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. A Lock going to throw it here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
He ain't fast enough.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Not totally blessing yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Oh! Yeah, he get this Marcus Alman on. All right, let's get it. Gotta find somewhere it wasn't any. Oh, damn. This play looks kind of nice. Damn, this shit looks sick as hell. I don't know if he doing what.
First and 10, here's Locke. Over the middle, complete. It's Harmon. A gain of 32 that time. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long.
Yeah,
and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
I know your own number, Courtney. We gonna catch a body.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Alright, watch that safety come help you, bitch ass. Yeah, make sure you move. Don't matter.
They'll
Come on,
actually
Jalen.
throw it.
Catch a body, Jalen.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
Catch a body. Pass interference.
It's knocked away, but a penalty flag is
Why should
down.
I decline it?
So
Jalen Ramsey, man, get it.
He's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They decline that.
There's no doubt about it. Step on you there, partner. But let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass. Yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that.
I'm so confused.
Oh, well. Oh, Kevin Harmon? I like Kevin Harmon.
Oh! He wants it all for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Drew Lock is the GOAT.
Top by Jalen Ramsey.
I like Jalen. I give Jalen some XP. I like that name. That's my name. Nah, both feet wasn't down. Replay it.
Ready for their next drive.
His back foot was on the line.
I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
Hey, you trade Mariota for real?
So for the Broncos, they're on a nice early roll as they move.
I got Bradley Chubb might be available.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile,
we might be able to move Bradley Chubb.
They'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup.
Nah, we good. I'm just fucking with you. I'm good. I'm rocking with Drew Lock. I cut Joe Flacco.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gauden.
I'm definitely rocking with it.